Good morning. Welcome to Weaved Web Recovery. Today's July 5th. I'm Ryan W. This is Bobby W.
Good morning.
We're going to do a little bit of freelance today. Hope everybody had a great 4th of July weekend. It was definitely restful for me. Nice 3 days of enjoying nature and really living life in a very positive way. So.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to start with just for today. The nature of our belief will determine the manner of our prayers and meditation. Basic text, page 44. How do we pray? For each NA member, this is a deeply personal matter. Many of us find that over time, we develop a manner of prayer and meditation based on what we learn from others and what we are comfortable with. Some of us arrive in NA with a closed mind towards a power greater than ourselves. But when we sit down with our sponsor and discuss our difficulty looking at the second step in depth, we're pleased to find that we can choose any concept of a higher power that appeals to us. Just as our definition of a power greater than ourselves differs from addict to addict, so does our manner of achieving a conscious contact. Some attend religious services, some chant, some sit quietly or talk with whatever is out there. Some find a spiritual connection by communing with nature. The right way to pray and meditate is whatever way helps us improve our conscious contact with our own higher power. Asking others how they found their spiritual guidance is always a good place to begin. Reading literature before we enter periods of meditation can also help us. Many have gone before us on this search. As we seek spiritual growth, we can greatly benefit from their experience. Just for today, I will explore my options for improving my conscious contact with God and my understanding. All right, next 24 hours a day. Until we came into AA, most of us had tried desperately to stop drinking. We were filled with the delusion that we could drink like our friends. We tried time and time again to take it or leave it, but we could do neither. We always lapsed into ceaseless, unhappy drinking. Families, friends, and employers threw up their hands in hurt bewilderment, in despair, and finally in disgust. We wanted to stop. We realized that every reason for drinking was only a crazy excuse. Have I given up every excuse for drinking? Meditation for the day. Many things can upset you, and you can easily get off the track. But remember that God is near you all the time, ready to help you if you call on Him. You cannot forever stand against God's will for you, nor can you forever upset God's plan for your life, even though God's plan may be postponed by your willfulness and deliberate choice of evil. A whole world of men and women cannot permanently change God's laws nor His purpose for the universe. The sea of life may look very rough to us, but we can believe that our captain steers the boat on a straight course. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may try to steer a straight course. I pray that I may accept God's direction in my life's journey. Thanks, Bobby. A new direction. Our human resources as marshaled by the will were not sufficient. They failed utterly. Every day is a day when we must carry the vision of God's will into all our activities. I hear talk of the weak-willed alcoholic, but I am one of the strongest-willed people on earth. I know that my incredible strength of will is not enough to save my life. My problem is not one of weakness, but rather of direction. When I, without falsely diminishing myself, accept my honest limitations and turn to God's guidance, my worst faults become my greatest assets. My strong will, rightly directed, keeps me working until the promises of the program become my daily reality. Yeah. So I reading that 24 hours a day, you have this notion of, and I'm rereading it just to make sure I've got the thought right. God steers the boat, and then you might try to take the wheel from Him, and that boat goes off course. But you know, that's essentially your life on pause. You're a little misdirected, a little misguided, and I feel like that's my drinking. That's exactly what happened. Everybody's frustrated around me. I can't stop drinking. want to stop drinking, but the physical and mental, addiction just took over. I didn't care where my boat was going. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't care.
Out to sea.
It's that's right. So, now that I'm in my sobriety, I'm letting God steer the boat. No, I'm not letting, but I'm along for the ride, which is far different. And I feel like every day is filled with hope and wonder, as long as I stick to the path of humility and kindness. I think all of those things matter. I think those are the keys to. That's what you're supposed to do while you're in the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I think you're supposed to just live the way that He wants you, and He's going to steer you to where you need to go.
That was good.
So that's what came up for me reading that.
Yeah.
How about you, Bobby?
Of course, I'm thinking about the saying we always hear, let go and let God. But the true thought that came to mind was, which way do I go?
Yeah.
Right. And in the last reading that you read, it would say a new direction, right? And I want to read something. It says, chance is always powerful. Let your hook be always cast in the pool where you least expect it. There will be fish.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't in life knowing which way I wanted to go. I had this in mind. I'm gonna be this way. I'm gonna be this when I grow up. I'm gonna be this when I grow up. And if I would just follow, right, the direction that's ahead of me, right, and just trust in God, right, and that's what it's saying to me, a new direction, because we're in a new place, a new location, a new era in our lives, and we still must trust God, right, and follow the direction that's ahead of us, right. So I threw out and I'm not looking for now a way that I can receive the direction to get to where I need to get to, because I'm lost.
Right.
And I want to be found.
Right.
So I was thinking about that, right? And I was saying, like, well, I don't know. And so I always think like this, like, I don't know what I might say, but I get my material from what's being said. Because I listen. So that's the direction He's teaching me to go on, to pay attention to what's ahead of me, right? To listen to what people are saying, to be respectful, to be confident at what you can do in Him, right? And always know that the direction that I'm going is only because that's the direction He's taking me. If I let go and let God. Which way do I go? The way that He lead me. The way that I'm being led by the Spirit, right? And I'm always thinking about that higher power, right? Because we read books, we go to work, we always got to understand what is it that they're asking of us. And so we listen, we can hear.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I wanted to say that, right? Because that's what I was thinking. Like, I don't know, God, what you want me to do today. So I just wanted to be honest and let go. And let God. And be guided in the way that He wanted us to go.
Yeah.
So I think about that. And I always wanted to say, I always want to be honest with you, Ryan.
Yeah, of course.
Always.
Of course, my friend.
Because I get lost a lot.
Yeah.
Because that's why I always call on God.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say it that way, right? Because that's an all-time thing. That's what I do all the time, because I don't know what I might do in my flesh. And I always want to look at God like, where did you want me to go? So I listen and I learn. And then I proceed. Which way do I go? Thanks for letting me share.
Hey, you guys have a great day. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.